Chi creation. Krishna. Chi, spirit. When you think of God, what does it make you think? What's the first thing that comes to mind? And what's the second thing that comes to mind? And even the third thing? And you do the same with source. You consider what the first thing that you think, and then you do it also with spirit. You consider what the first, second, and third thing that you'd think, and what comes to mind. So also like your relationship with spirit. Where do you stand with that? What's your relationship in that sense? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of that? So, yeah. We have the depiction of spirit in love. We see both the male and the female blissfully entrapped in what it is. I think there's two things. There's like the state of enlightenment and the bliss of love. And so, as this is described, in Hindu cosmology, nature is revered as a manifestation of the divine, and Lord Krishna is often depicted surrounded by lush forests and vibrant flora and fauna. The peacock feather symbolises Lord Krishna's connection to the natural world and his role as the protector of all living beings. So we see the peacock feather, we see the shape, we see the roundedness. It's like how it looks 3D, so you can see that glass ball kind of shape to it. We turn it and we can see inside the bubble of consciousness, the horizon, the waves coming over and its reflection. And so, us within the realm. So, the protector of the realm in that way. And protector of all living beings. In the Radha-Krishna love story, the peacock feather holds deep symbolic meaning, representing their divine and eternal love. It is a token of Radha's affection for Krishna, and Krishna's wearing it signifies his devotion to her. The peacock feather is often depicted as a gift from Radha to Krishna, and its presence on his head symbolises their inseparable bond. Lord Krishna is frequently depicted with a peacock feather in his headdress, which holds deep symbolic meaning in Hinduism. The peacock feather is not just an adornment, but a representation of various aspects of Krishna's divine nature and his relationship with his devotees. Love and gratitude. The peacock feather signifies Krishna's appreciation for the peacocks who offered their feathers to him as a gesture of love and devotion. Victory over ego. The peacock, known for its beauty and pride, also represents the ego. By wearing the feather, Krishna demonstrates his mastery over ego and his embodiment of humility. Playfulness and joy. The vibrant colours and beauty of a feather also reflect Krishna's playful and joyous nature, reminding devotees to embrace lightheartedness. Connection with nature. The peacock feather also connects Krishna to nature, which is revered as a manifestation of the divine in Hindu cosmology. And we see that in the research. It's like the connection to nature. I mean, all those patterns that people recognize and stuff like that, they've always been, sourced towards God in that kind of way. You know what I mean? Like, the keys to creation as such. So, this is like reflecting that. It's like showing you the same thing, to be wearing the peacock feather as well, that kind of symbol. It's like the symbol for the realm. It's the symbol for spirituality. It's the symbol for creation in that kind of way. Auspiciousness. The peacock feather is also considered auspicious and is associated with beauty, wisdom and compassion, further highlighting Krishna's divine qualities. Krishna's Shayamusandara form. Krishna is often depicted in his Masundara form, which is considered his most beautiful form. The peacock feather is a prominent feature of this form, making it a significant symbol of his attractiveness, his attractiveness and divine presence. So again, like the peacock feather. Oh, what did it say? So if this is Krishna in his most beautiful form, then it's the expression of a realm. So it's showing you that bubble of consciousness is supposed to be that person, which we all are an aspect of. So, like the form of creation in terms of like a love which is so powerful that it's created a sea of bubbles of consciousnesses. So that's like looking into the heavens and seeing all the realms of creation. And we placed the mid-center at peacock. So it's like that same symbol. It's like the sun in the center. Him or them, I meant them. It's like, it's like, they come as an item, in that kind of way. So we see this in terms of like our clownfish. It seeks like protection amongst all the coral. So it's like where it's closest to the heart-brain network of Earth. So it's the closest to spirit in that kind of way. It's like reflecting how we live in this heavenly realm. It's part of the heavens. These are the places where we can visit. So we see the birth of creation. The sun split itself into many suns. And continue to split. Like the infinite tiny silence, but rather for the plants, like in the heavens. And so, yeah, I suppose, like, their depiction of a Big Bang, but it's the infinite tiny silence, I'd say it is. They do look like explosions. But it depends how we depict it, because that's always like that left brain way of seeing space, and seeing the heavens with that right brain. It gives you like an alternative version of events in a way. An explosion of chi isn't like an explosion of material stuff. So it's yellow in the middle. If you've got this white band, like going through it. And so it's like everything, it's like each one's got its own, maybe next picture. I mean, to use like words like galaxies and stuff, that kind of thing, I'm a little bit like, where am I on that word? Because it's like, is a galaxy just one realm, or is a galaxy an abundance of realms? It's gonna, got to try and make a decision about it and stuff like. So yeah, I would like the trees as well. So it's like how trees grow. It's like you've got this point where all the light is there, and then it all comes into this realm. So, assuming that it's coming from somewhere else, but it formulates from a chakra. We'll come to that in a moment and stuff. But you see, like the birth of it in that kind of sense. So I don't believe that this is the only realm of existence in that sense. It's like, an untold amount in that kind of way. It's got different colours, that one. But you can also see a little relationship with octopus as well. And many, all plants in that kind of way. That's a trees like, but, you see all flowers come off it. So it's like each one of those would be a realm itself kind of thing. Like each flower representing the sun. And so you got clusters of them. And they're all attached to this. It's like this energetic webway, like connecting everything. Like invisible to our left brain vision in that kind of sense. But like, I kind of think maybe if we're passed on and we're at the other side, things would be like, you'd be able to see how to navigate it and all these kind of things and stuff. It also kind of shows why you'd have like a Goldilocks zone, you know what I mean? Because they're like, if they're connected to it, then that's why things aren't colliding all the time and all that kind of stuff. it also shows, because I spoke about the stem quite a few times, the stem's part of a black hole, but also the black hole being the realm, not like that we used to teach us what a black hole is, but I'm going to get to that in another episode. But also we've got this, so we've got a stem, but it's, I don't know whether it's like visible. I mean, we'll be able to see it reaching across the heavens in that kind of sense, but it's like, I suppose, like, are we inside it rather than, you like remove the tree part and you just got all the flowers left, and then it kind of looks like a star field in that kind of sense. And they do look like stars a little bit. It looks like it sparkles. Yeah, like the petals. So it's showing you like how nature reflects the heavens in that way. This one looks like it's got like lightning going through it. Like that. And so we consider, like, when you make those energy balls and you get like staticky feeling in your hands and stuff, like that kind of thing. And so, if you did that at like God level, then like the potential to produce like electricity and or a stronger form of it and stuff. So like where sprites come from, all that kind of thing. So where we get our lightning from and stuff, and it seems to like it comes from like this invisible area. See, it's like transparent in it, and then all the lighting is coming through. See, it'd go down and then lead to one of the realms. And so in the same sense of like astral projection, when you've got your silver card, it's connected to what this would be. And so if you want to astral project to another realm, you just it's all connected. So it's like you're not going to lose your way. Everything's like perfectly connected. It's as simple as like your brain sending a message down your arm to move your arm, to grab something. It's as simple as that in that way. So you can compare, and you got like the branches, so you can see that shape, and then when it's covered in leaves, that's like all the realms which is attached to the expansion of energy which has come from Source, the spirit. So another example, seeing it with trees. So we can see that reflection of heaven. It's like it's not just underwater. Your lungs compared to a tree. And again. But we compare it to that coral and like, the expansion of the heavens. I see the abundance of flowers. It's all like all one surface. So kind of like the surface of the sun. Again, like a coral with the trees, tree shapes. So again, it's got that flame shape like the peacock feather. And so the path in the peacock is to walk the path into the realms. And you come back, and you're coming back to source. Chakras upon chakras. From the birthing place. So all the lines lead down to where the light is. That's sacred design. So we see the light, we see the chakra, we see the explosion, if we're going to use the word explosion, and we see the sun connected to source. How we expand out. So it's got like, it's yellow and there's a tiny black dot for its eye. You can't really see it right well. And so the black dot, like the black hole, the realm, which is existing within the sun. And then on the chakra, it's showing the ocean waves crashing. Like showing you what's in that realm, like that's the peacock glass. So you're looking inside it, inside that bubble of consciousness. You see that horizon, we see the waves. We see the chakra, we see the creation. We see that all is one. This is more coral, but it looks like stuff like the Horse Nebula. So it's like, it's got that same expansion in that kind of sense. So this is in the sky. So we see the expansion and contraction, which is like creating the realm, creating the chakra. Creating the bubble of consciousness. So we see the peacock feather. I think I can't turn that one now. Like that. That's a window. Let's see it again, but it's a bad picture. So you got the black dot in the centre. The black glass ball in the peacock feather. Other realms. So, like I say, another realm of consciousness. So it's like, is that its sun on top of a dome? So it looks like an eye. When we turn it, we can see that peacock feather and then the realm of consciousness within it. You can definitely see peacock feather. So same shape with the two circles overlap, you get the Vesica Pisces. And then when it opens, it's got its eye. In effect. And then the rest of it's like a sun, with its colour and all these kind of things. So the sun is a chakra. It's anemones. They look like stars. They look like suns, but they also look like black holes as well, as it goes deep. You see there's like the blackness. It's all like, everything's going in and these are coming out. They seem to glow as well. That's without using, fancy photography. Like on some of the previous series, it was like using certain photography to show how flowers glow and all these kind of things. But these look natural. And also, maybe being like a black hole, it's got the green sun, which is quite an interesting thing. They often seem to be green. See, it seems to have a glow around it. So, like a star, like a flower, and also like an eye. You got the iris. Pupil would open and close. Again, how it like shows the heavens. This one shows the same thing. You got the black, the iris, all that kind of thing, but you've got like this shape to it, to the green area. So it's showing you like the pinecone shape. And so, like in the first episode of this short series, and we're looking at the water from the sun from underwater, and we're seeing the pinecone shape. And so its connection to like the third eye is a big part of it. Like that spiritual connection is more important than than your vision in that kind of sense. So when we look at fruit, kiwis, you're seeing everything expanding out from the centre like a star. I'll have a birth of creation. It's bright, and it's where the seeds come from. It's like a star expanding, all that kind of stuff. And then it's hollow in the centre as well. I'm going over my time, but I'm hoping I'll just get it done. So you can see the sun, the brightness. And this one, like on peacock feather, and you can see waves, and then we've got the sun projecting through it as well. So the light, the splashing, all that kind of thing. And so that side, the heavens, and this side is where we are, in the realm. So its waves would be going that way, the sun would get projected through the wave. Like that. Now the peacock feather is no different from that. You know? It's that glass ball with a flat horizon. Which is no different from this. You see the peacock feather, where the waves had come in? They're creating a window, so there's nothing there. It's like, that's where you can pass through. And then the rest of it is the circle, and then it's got the horizon. So you're looking into a 3D image rather than topographical as such. See the sun. Oops. You see the sun, the waves, the horizon, a bit of sky, and there's a bit of sand reflecting the sky because there's a bit of water on it coming back. So it's showing you the same thing. And then the sun again. So back to space, or the heavens, and we're seeing the bubbles of consciousness. It literally looks like a bubble.